Hello and welcome to the MyDictation demonstration video. My name is Dr. Kishore Tiperneni and I help design and write this software. MyDictation is a brand new application for the iPhone that turns it into one of the best digital dictation systems on the planet. When you first launch the application, this is the screen that you'll see. This is the recorder that allows you to record your voice for dictation. To start recording, simply click on the record button in the middle of the screen and the beep indicates that you are now recording. You can record with your iPhone upside down such that the microphone is close to your mouth. When you do this, the user interface will automatically rotate to accommodate this. You can also record while your iPhone is asleep. To do this, simply start a recording and push the sleep button on your iPhone to put it to sleep, and even though your iPhone is sleeping, the recording will continue. You can record up to 2 hours per recording on your iPhone, and the number of recordings is only limited by the space available on your iPhone. The recordings themselves are automatically saved, so there's no need to push a save button in order to save the recording. While recording, the lights at the top indicate how loudly or softly your voice is being recorded. The slider underneath this allows you to adjust the microphone sensitivity to either louder or softer. So in order to increase the sensitivity, simply move the slider to the right. In order to decrease it, move it to the left. Once you find a level that you like, the MyDictation software will automatically remember this level for the next time that you launch the software. To stop a recording, simply press the pause button and the beep indicates that your recording has stopped. Once you stop a recording, the blue area in the middle indicates a visual representation of your voice through this recording. The name of the recording is automatically defaults to the current date and time of the recording. So in this example, it would be 3/3/2009, 11/16/08. To change the default name, simply click on this area and type in a new name. And hit done, and that'll then be the name of this recording. You can do this either at the beginning or at the end or during the middle of a recording. Most times you don't have to change the default the default name because the default name is usually sufficient for most recordings. Now, to play back a recording, simply press the play button, and the beep indicates that your recording is now playing back. You can record the play slider, which is the red slider, indicates your current location in the recording. To move to a different place in the recording, simply grab the play slider and move it, and you'll notice that the red numbers are changing while I'm moving the play slider. This is because the red numbers indicate your current location of the play slider in your recording in seconds. While playing back, if you want to increase or decrease the volume of the playback, simply use the volume rocker on your iPhone to increase or decrease the volume. This can only happen while you are playing back, and the volume will not change if you are not in the playback mode. If you want to insert into the middle of a recording, simply take your play slider, move it to the place you want to insert to in the recording, and push the record button. Now the recorder is now recording, but everything you're recording will then get inserted once you push the pause button at the place of the play slider itself. Just like that. Let's go through some of the more details that are on this recorder. As I've indicated, the red button numbers indicate the location of the current play slider in seconds. The white numbers indicate the total length of the recording. The reverse 5 button allows you to move back 5 seconds from the current location of the play slider and start playing. Software. So in order to increase the sensitivity, this is a useful feature since a lot of times when you're in a recording or maybe at the end you forgot what you were just saying, and you can push this button to review your last 5 seconds of your recording. You can push this button multiple times to scan back through the recording. To either the slider underneath indicate how to save the recording. Another way to scan through the recording is by going ahead and pushing the play button and then using the play slider while it's playing to scan instantaneously through the recording. While recording, the lights at the top indicate how. So this is very simple then to scan through your recording and find the location that you're looking for. There are 2 other kinds of sliders in the recorder. They're called the left and right cut sliders, and those are the yellow sliders here on the screen. To grab one slider and move it, just simply grab it and move it, and you can move the left one as well, and you can select any section in the middle of a recording using these sliders. These sliders are useful when you want to remove a section of the recording that's in the middle of a recording. Simply put the left and right play sliders where you want to start and end the section to cut, and push the cut button, and that section of the recording will then get removed from the recording. The yellow numbers at the bottom indicate the location of the left and right play sliders in seconds. Now, if the left and right play sliders are all at the beginning and your play slider is in a middle of a recording, pushing the cut button at that point will delete everything from the play slider to the end of the recording. This is a very useful feature because sometimes you're recording a dictation and you get interrupted and you forget to push the pause button and you record a whole bunch of extraneous recording. To remove the extraneous recording, simply take your play slider, put it at the place where the extraneous recording started, push the cut button. Again, everything from the play slider to the end of the recording is automatically removed. The start button allows you to move to the start of a recording with the play slider, and the end button allows you to move to the end of a recording with the play slider. Let's go into a little bit more detail about the buttons at the bottom of the screen. I'll start off with the delete button. The delete button is pretty self-explanatory. It allows you to delete the present recording. The new button allows you to start a new recording. And remember, since the recordings are automatically saved, you don't have to worry about your previous recording. It's automatically saved for you. In fact, while you're recording, the new button is always active. So even in the middle of a recording, even before you push the pause button, pushing the new button will automatically pause the current recording and get you ready for the next dictation. This is a very useful feature that allows you to do multiple dictations very quickly. The macro button is also a very useful feature. A lot of times you want to save things that you commonly say as a macro, and then allow you to easily insert that into your recording. So for example, let's suppose I want to record a macro that was a physical exam. To do that, I would start off with a new recording just like I've started off with here. Push the record button to record your macro. On physical examination, HEENT is unremarkable, lungs are clear to auscultation, heart is regular rate and rhythm. And then to save this macro, simply push the macro button and you can give this macro a name. I'm going to simply going to call it PE. So that macro is now saved. So now whenever you're in the middle of a recording that you want to insert that physical exam macro, simply select the macro button, select the macro you want to insert, and click Insert Macro. That physical exam macro that you just recorded is then inserted into the present recording at the location of the play slider. Macros can be inserted sequentially. So if after the physical exam macro I wanted to insert a normal knee exam macro that I've recorded previously, simply select that, hit the Insert Macro button. If you want to insert another macro after this, like this injection consent, again, just select that and hit Insert Macro. Once you're done with your macros, you can click Done, and your recording is presented for you. Now let's go ahead and play through this so we'll see what this sounds like. So in the beginning here will be our physical exam macro. Examination, HEENT is unremarkable, lungs are clear to auscultation, heart is regular. If I move through here, this is going to be the the knee exam macro. I'm going to play from here, and somewhere to the right of that should be the injection consent macro.
160 degrees, they have a normal neurovascular exam, period. The risks and benefits of the cortisone injection are discussed in detail. Patient.
Like this, you can have as many macros as you want in your MyDictation software. And macros make it very useful to record commonly said items and without having to keep repeating it in every single dictation. Okay, so let's look at the final button, which is the list button. The list button allows you to take you to the list of recordings that is presently in your iPhone. This is the list, and it's a scrollable list, so you can scroll it up and down. And as I said before, there's no limit to the number of recordings you can have in your iPhone. This is only limited by the amount of memory you have available in your iPhone. Let's go into a little bit more detail about what's in this list. Each item in the list at the top will have a name for that recording. Again, a lot of times this will be the default, which will be the date and time of the recording. But if you change the name to something else, then that name is displayed for you. The blue numbers underneath the black numbers indicate the date and time of the last modification of that particular recording. The red numbers indicate the length of that recording in seconds. Now you'll notice that one of the recordings here is listed in green. A recording that's listed in green means that recording has already been uploaded to the MyDictation server for transcription. We'll go through that in a little bit more detail in just a second. To edit a previously recorded recording, or just to play it back, simply select the recording, and that recording is loaded into the recorder for you. To play back,
Next patient is a 17-year-old male who's here for his right.
Simply press the play button. Now, while you're in the recorder, you can edit this recording. You can cut it, you can insert into it, you can do whatever you want into it, or insert a macro, do whatever you want. You can edit it in whatever way, and it's automatically saved for you. Let's click the list button to get back to the list. Now, the blue circles to the left of each of the items in the list is the select button. So to select an item, simply click on the blue circle next to that item. And you can select multiple items that don't have to be contiguous. You can even select the uploaded item. Selected items allow you to do two things with the items. You can either upload them to the server, or you can delete them from your iPhone. So in order to select all of the items, simply click this All button, and all the items in your list will get selected. Click None to select none of the items. So for example, if I wanted to delete this uploaded transcription from my MyDictation software, I simply select that one, and again I can select multiple if I want and hit the delete button down here. This then allows me to delete any selected recordings, and then that recording will then get moved out of my iPhone. If I want to upload all my dictations that I've done for the day, I simply hit the All button to select all of them and hit the Upload button. Now, I'm not going to hit that right now because I'm going to show you, demonstrate that for you in just a second. Before we do that, I want to show you what the Prefs button does. The Prefs button takes you to the Preferences or Settings area of the MyDictation software. This Settings area is where all the account information is stored for the software, as well as the other settings for the software. So let's go through each item and what it does. The server account and password are items that you enter after you've created an account on the MyDictation software. You must have an account on the MyDictation website at www.mydictation.com before your iPhone is able to upload transcription to the website. This upload happens wirelessly, either over a cellular connection like 3G or Edge, or over a Wi-Fi connection. But again, in order to have the ability to upload, you must create an account on the MyDictation software. The account on the MyDictation software costs $19.95 per month, but there's a 1-month free trial that you can do, and if you cancel before the end of the 1-month trial, you will not be charged for anything. All transfer between the iPhone and the MyDictation website happens in a secure fashion and also in a HIPAA compliant fashion. Once you have the MyDictation account, the recordings you make on your MyDictation application will get uploaded to that account, and your current existing transcriptions can then log into that account on the website and download your transcription, download your recordings for transcription. Once your recordings are transcribed, your transcriptionists can then upload them back to the MyDictation server so that you can retrieve your completed transcriptions. Okay, so once you create your account on the MyDictation.com website, simply enter the name of your account and the password for your account here to allow your iPhone to upload the dictation. The next setting, the auto delete function, is a function that I usually like to have turned on. This function basically will delete automatically recordings out of your iPhone that have successfully been uploaded to the server. With this turned on, you don't have a bunch of items in your list that clutter up your list with items that have already been uploaded to the server. So I usually like to leave this on. If you have this off and an item gets successfully uploaded to the server, that item will get listed in green as we've seen before on the list screen, and also will have a caret character added to the end of it. The caret character is the character that looks like an upward pointing arrow. The next area is the sound file format preferences area. There's 3 separate types of formats that the MyDictation software can record in. They are MP3, WAV files, and core audio format files. To simply select which format you want to upload, simply select the type, and there's varying levels of quality for each type. For example, in WAV here there's 8 and 16-bit. I would highly recommend you use the MP3 file format, and the 32 kilobits per second seems to work well with this particular format. The reason I highly recommend MP3 is because it is a compressed file format and transfers fairly well over both cellular and Wi-Fi connections. If you have to use WAV or CAF, I would highly recommend that you use only a Wi-Fi connection to upload to the server, because the cellular connection is going to be way too slow in order to upload to the server under those particular file formats. The sort list setting allows you to sort your list by either by name or by date. Once you are done setting up your settings, click the Save button to save your settings and go back to the list screen. Now at this point, you are ready to upload to the server. So again, you simply select the files you want to upload. I'm going to go ahead and select them all and click the Upload button, and then your files will securely be uploaded to the server. Before you can upload to the server, you must give the files that you're uploading a batch name. Typically, the batch name is defaults to the current date that you are uploading. All the files stored on the MyDictation server are stored in batches. So, for example, if all these dictations are from 3/3/2009, I'll select that as the batch and click OK. You can change the name to whatever you want by clicking on the batch name and changing it to whatever you want. Most times, I think using the current date seems to make the most sense. Once you've uploaded to a batch, you can add more recordings to the same batch by using the same batch name. So once you select the batch name and click the OK, the upload will start, and your files will then be uploaded to the server. Since we have the auto delete feature preference turned on, once the files are uploaded, my list should be empty, which it is presently, and this is an empty list that we're looking at. So now I know that my dictation did get uploaded to the server and is sitting on the server waiting for my transcriptions to download them securely for transcription. The final button on the screen is the New button. Clicking the New button basically takes you back to the recorder and gets you a new empty recording. While you are uploading your transcription, your iPhone will be set so that it will not go to sleep. So, for example, it may take you a few minutes, especially over a cellular connection, to upload all your transcription. Simply select all the items you want to upload, push the Upload button, and then you can set your iPhone down on the desk and allow it to upload over the next few minutes up to the server. This ends this present demonstration of the MyDictation software. There's another demonstration video on the website at www.mydictation.com, which is a demonstration of how to use the mydictation.com website, and I highly encourage you to view this video as well. Thank you for your attention.